Feyenoord, a team that was looking very good in the Europa Conference League, reaching the finals against Ajax Roma and losing it. But after selling pretty much all of their amazing players, they were found in a spot where they did not think that this season would lead to anywhere. That is until now. Fast forward a few months later, they are now first in the Eredivisie and they are still alive in the European competition in the Europa League against, once again, Ajax Roma. Yo, what is going on, my YouTube people? 29 United back here with another video, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the sudden rise of Feyenoord Rotterdam in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. I'm very close to 3.1k subscribers. It would mean a lot. And like the video, join all of my socials, my Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok. All these will be down in the description for you guys to check out. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So like I said right at the beginning, this season looked like to be one that would not be very good for Feyenoord Rotterdam. They sold a lot of their players in the summer transfer window, and this season maybe would have been considered as a rebuilding season and such. But they're not first in the Eredivisie. They've been very good, beating teams like Ajax, equalizing against teams like PSV, and getting points when it really mattered. This brings them to first in the table, with Ajax being behind them and PSV being behind Ajax in a very exciting Eredivisie campaign. And it looks like Feyenoord might be the team that actually breaks the Ajax dominance. Ajax, which we all know is a team that have been completely dominant in the Eredivisie, and it seems like they will finally be dethroned by Feyenoord, and it is a team that have captivated the minds of a lot of football fans around the world. But how did they do it? Well, for starters, their manager have been amazing. The tactics he's putting on the pitch is very, very effective against teams like Ajax and PSV, as we've seen. I think the choice of substitutions that he also makes plays a huge impact, and you can definitely see that the coach is very selective with some of the substitutions that he makes. The first player I'm going to be talking about is the Iranian Alireza. The reason why I'm starting with him is because I'm Iranian myself, and I do know the most about him compared to the other players in this list. He is usually brought on as a substitution. Sometimes he does start the big games and sometimes he doesn't, but most of the time when he is a substitute, he always comes on in the second half to produce an impact if they are losing or they need to maybe, you know, get a goal or something like that, and usually he does deliver. Now, his stats doesn't really do him justice. You might say, well, he hasn't done well at all. Well, think of it that way. He's a player that hasn't had that many minutes, to be fair to him, but whenever he's been on the pitch, whether it's directly or indirectly, he always seems to do the right moves. Alireza, he was very influential this season, and the biggest game he played was against PSV, where he scored 2 late goals to tie the game and further prolonged their lead in the Eredivisie. And that is a game that I feel like when Feyenoord does eventually win the trophy, if they do, is going to be a game where the fans will just simply not forget, because you never know, that game or that point might have been the game that actually won them the trophy. We're just going to have to wait and see. The second player I want to talk about is Orkun Kökçü. I think that's how you say his name, the Turkish. I recently found out he was 22 years old. I thought he was like 27. I'm very surprised he's 22. I am very shocked. Nevertheless, this guy is an absolute wizard. Very surprised that he hasn't been picked up by a better team. He was also very good last season. So I'm presuming this summer he will move to a bigger team. I'll be very surprised if he still does stay at Feyenoord. But like I said, he's always there. Think of it as a De Bruyne for Man City. He kind of plays that role for Feyenoord. He's always there, does the right passes. He's just a wizard with the ball. He always seems to do well. And that is a player that I feel like I said, will be picked up by a team in the summer. I don't know who's interested in him currently. If you guys know, do let me know down in the comment section down below. But for Kökçü, he's just amazing. And like I said, he's only 22. I thought he was like 27. That's crazy. The next player we're going to be talking about is their fullback, Truida. I think that's how you say his name. I could be wrong. It's a very hard name to pronounce, but nevertheless, again, he is someone that does score goals, does provide assists. He's always there. He kind of reminds me of a younger version of Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's just dominant everywhere he is. So again, another player that I think will be picked up by another team in the summer transfer window. I would be very surprised to see him still be there next season. Fourth player I'm going to mention is Santiago Jimenez. And the Mexican striker, the youngster, he's, again, a very good player. He's the one providing all the goals. Those are the players that I feel like are probably the best. There's also others that I've missed, but obviously it's very hard to cover all of them in one video. You know, there's players like Osama Grisi, who, similarly to Jahan Bashte, are players that are both very well connected to each other. Every time they play together, they seem to complement each other very well, which is really nice to see. So that's that for the players. But now we talk a little bit more in Europe, where they're now facing AS Roma in the Europa League, which is a repeat of last year's Europa Conference League final. Feyenoord might actually be the favorites to win here. In my prediction video, I said Feyenoord may have the edge because they're just so on form. There are a lot of people saying that they might perhaps be looking to actually win the title and maybe not pay as much attention in the Europa League. That might be a possibility, but if I were them, I'd go all in the Europa League because they genuinely do have a chance to go through. I mean, they've been fantastic. They smashed a Shakhtar Donetsk team 7-1. I know Shakhtar hasn't been the best recently, but still, 7-1. Do you know how big of a goal difference that is? 7-1 in Europa League at that stage. And Shakhtar Donetsk are not like some team that have just joined a UEFA competition for the first time. They're still a well-established team. They got smashed 7-1. Nevertheless, is this Feyenoord's chance of actually making it? Can this be the year that they even win the Europa League? Who knows? If they do win against AS Roma, what's really stopping them? I think that the Europa League is really up to grabs for every team out there that are still in a competition. The favorites will probably be Manchester United now that Arsenal aren't there anymore, but you never know. There could be a fairy tale story where Feyenoord goes all the way and actually does win it. We're just going to have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure is, for now, they're looking to dethrone Ajax in the Eredivisie. So that's been it for the sunrise of Feyenoord Rotterdam in the Netherlands. What do you guys think about the sunrise of Feyenoord Rotterdam? Let me know down in the comment section down below or on my socials. I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys over there as well. That's it for me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Else you went up in the dirt.